My favorite theater memory was probably December of 2016. When Star Wars came out, I was at Empire 25 and I was able to escort Paul McCartney out of a showing of Star Wars. And the Beatles are my favorite band and Star Wars is my favorite movie series, so that kind of just beats everything.
I remember when I first got promoted to manager, I was working in Fresh Meadows, and the manager at the time called me to Theater One, and they're like, "Oh, we need you to make an announcement in the theater. The movie just stopped. I need you to go in and make an announcement." So I'm like, "All right." So I'm rushing to Theater One, and I walk into Theater One, and everyone's like, "Yay! Congratulations!"
My favorite theater memory is when I was part of the Dream Team 2016 at 34th Street, and we won $500 for an Exceed Expectation on our audit, and the management team decided to share it with the crew, so we took them all out to Six Flags.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man, does whatever a spider can.
I was a supervisor here at Empire, and Amazing Spider-Man was coming out, and one of my SMs bought a costume, and I got to dress up as Spider-Man for the whole weekend.
Favorite theater memories actually before I got hired for AMC. I got called by Roosevelt Field 8 and I showed up to Raceway 10 for an interview. And the manager at the time, who's now a GM of Stony Brook, said, "F it, I'm gonna take him for an interview."
My favorite theater memory was of opening AMC Empire 25 16 years ago in April. It was very exciting to be in the business that was opening a flagship theater in the big city of New York.
That'd be my first GM, not only with the company now, but he took me out of the concession stand and allowed me to realize what the guests see, as far as, the guest eye, basically. How they see how we operate in concession, how it looks to them, what makes them decide they want to come back to us. And that basically sparked it in me to just continue doing it.
Well, I took this job particularly as a part-time, just to get some extra money. I was actually a bartender for a while. And then I had a GM by the name of Muhammad that kind of stalked me for a while, telling me I was too good to just do the bare minimum. So I kind of went for it, and here I am about 3.5 years later.
Well, first I was just going to college, and as my background, just job while I went to school. And then everyone kept saying, like, you should keep going, like, why aren't you applying, moving up? And I just kept doing it, and I realized what a great company AMC was, and I just kept going.
Many reasons. I would say definitely wanted to grow up in a company. I started as a film crew when I was 18 years old. I really liked what I was doing. I really liked what I saw from the management team back then. So I thought it was something that I could do, that I could be potentially good at, and I decided to move up.
Just how fun the company is. Every time when I was starting to move up in the company, I always had fun on my shifts, and then also I've always had leaders and mentors that have been so supportive and helping me out and teaching me that mistakes are okay and kind of helping me grow, not just as a leader, but as a person as well. And that really sold me on the company and sticking with it.
My second general manager, Vinny Vecchione, when he worked with me closely at Danbury 16, he was the one that taught me the guest is the most important person. They're the ones that'll make a difference in your day, and you make a difference in their day. And be careful about getting in a fight with them, because you might win. And after a lot of time working with him, I realized I want to grow up and be just like that. I want to be there to help as many people as I can.
Definitely having good GMs. Like, all of them have definitely seen a leader in me and have definitely pushed me to take that next step, whether it be from film crew to supervisor, supervisor to manager. So definitely having their support has made me want to move up with the company, and even having fellow managers that I see get promoted, it made me want to get promoted myself and just stay with the company, because they're doing great and I'm just well, I can definitely be with them, hang out with them. So yeah.
My GM at the time, Ashley, had come from a conference, a GM conference in Disneyland.
By now you should know what the name is. I'm the guy that made this game, Jason Fox.
And she came back and she showed us videos of how much fun she had, and I got to see the company from a different perspective. I got to see the end game. So I'm used to seeing it from operational standpoint, where I'm a manager, I have a GM, we're helping the guests, we're making sure that everything is going well with the film crew. And then I got to see how it pays off. So she went to the GM conference, the GMs got together, they did a lot of learning, and they also had a lot of fun. And for me, that was a moment of, this could actually pay off. So let me climb as high as I can.
I would say all of them.
I hear you can talk to fish.
I had no leadership skills before AMC, but becoming a leader for AMC, I was able to learn problem solving, taking the initiative, and customer relations. Every leadership skill that there can possibly be, I learned by working at AMC, so I credit AMC for all my leadership skills.
Leading a team, leading a kitchen team, which was a hassle itself, learning how to manage time for yourself as well as your staff and your guests, dealing with different adaptations in different buildings, just dealing with the different guests was one of the things that really made me a leader.
Some of them are better communication skills with others around me. I am normally a very withdrawn person and very reserved, and this has allowed me to interact with people from all levels of life and being able to communicate with them in a manner where I'm more comfortable, I'm more open, I'm more relaxed when I'm speaking with them, and that's a great thing to be able to do.
I've actually really stepped out of my shell. Super shy when I first started working here, if you can believe that. And now if anyone knows me, I'm probably the loudest person in the room and the most excited and happy all the time. But when I first started working, I did not want to talk to anybody. I was super quiet. You could barely hear what I was saying half the time. So I guess really coming out of my shell would be what it is.
Overall, I think how to leverage resources. I've learned through working with great leaders, other GMs of mine, kind of how the company works and the different departments and resources that we have, and just being able to leverage them and bend the right ears to get things done, as well as being part of a team. And here at Empire, we have a very large team, and one of the things that I like the best is to be able to impact a lot of people on those teams and see them grow their careers with AMC.
The more respect you get from the crew, the more you realize that you're doing something right. And once you get that respect from your crew, then again, sky's the limit. You can pretty much accomplish anything within AMC.
I think being able to take my leadership qualities and disperse it throughout other people and delegate tasks and really get ownership of things that I do by myself into other people has really helped me just delegate, be a leader.
Yep, I've been told that he delegates a lot.
Just a little bit.
Definitely being able to think on the fly. There's nothing that will kind of push you to your best leadership ability than when everything goes wrong and then you have 30 to 40 people looking at you like, well, what do I do now? Like everything went to So that has definitely helped me kind of build that confidence to be like, it's gonna be okay, we're gonna get through this, I will help you, here's what we're gonna do. So that's definitely helped me along the way.
I've been able to look at things from the bigger picture, take walks through the building, look at it from a guest point of view, and see what needs to be done, see what should be done, and just better understand what the guest's experience is so that I can better serve them and accommodate them.
I've been able to cultivate so many leadership qualities. I never viewed myself as a leader until I started working for AMC. The support I've been able to get from my crew by just showing them support as well is probably the most important thing to me.
Right. So hold that up.
Ready for my close-up?
So hold it.
This might scare you, but wound up having a riot where people destroyed everything, but it was still fun.
We're not gonna use that, by the way.
Wait, I'm building up to something else.